My daddy lets me play his account. He's a community contributor. Yeah, I only have tier 2 tanks. But he's a community contributor, so he gets all the tanks and he lets me play. So I'm playing this one. It's called the Excalibur. I really like it. It looks funny. It looks like my turtle. I have a pet turtle. His name is Jimmy. I have to feed him like once a week. Sometimes I forget. He gets really hungry and he gets angry and snaps. But I like my turtle. I used to have a pet goldfish, but I forgot to feed him and he died. My daddy flushed him down the toilet. But my turtles, he's fun, and this tank reminds me of my turtle. Look at me, Daddy. I'm playing the Excalibur. I got a 17% win rate so far. That's pretty good. Because this is a really good tank. It has a funny head on it, and it's really fast. Hey! Hey! What happened? Daddy! Dad, someone shot me! I don't like this thing. I want you to flush it down the toilet. Flush it down the toilet like my goldfish.
Or say, hey guys, it's Claus. How you doing? Welcome to the first episode of Klaus Kellerman, CC, community contributor, Klaus Kellerman. It's time to contribute. It's time to contribute now. And we've got the Excalibur. The Excalibur. Here I am, full disclosure, playing in my Wargaming test account, community contributor test account, NACC Test 5, driving the Excalibur reward tank. I haven't earned this yet myself. And I'm gonna do the no bullshit review of the Excalibur, which everyone can get just by playing. You don't know how? Let's have a quick look here. Look, go in the garage, under campaigns. See these? This is the first set of campaigns. I'm on this one, but now there's a new set of campaigns. See this? Look, all these new missions. Look, and they're not that hard. You can read that. You just turn them on, and it looks like you just. It's not like the old campaign where you had to like go set someone on fire or do 6,000 damage. It looks like you could just play any number of games with different tanks of different nations. You read some of those while I babble on here. You see, it doesn't look that hard. You just got to keep playing, and eventually, you get to the top one here. You just got to do stuff over a number of games, and it adds up, and you win these things. What do you win? Like you can win all these. Look at them, different stuff here, right? Under different nations, tanks. You have to do all of them basically. And then you win the tank, and you can win 3 tanks. Even and you get crew members, females. Where are they? Where'd she go? There she is. You get a female crew member when you complete one, and all that stuff, right? Just make sure that you turn on your missions. I think you can do them concurrently with the first campaign. Make sure you turn them all on so that as you play, you slowly grind your way through them, without even knowing. And eventually you'll get a reward tank like the Excalibur here, and this is my no bullshit review of it. We're not going to go in the garage and look at all this. We're just going to get out here and play. Look at some gameplay. Look at this thing. It's British. It does look like a turtle. Let's just go up here and shoot some people. I'm playing my first game here. Oh, there's a KV2. Oh, well, I guess this thing does not have a lot of armor, it looks like. Let's go to the next game and see how I do. Okay. Well, this time I'm bottom tier. I was top tier in that previous game. Didn't go very well, but let's just talk through it. Just from my experience, it looks quirky. I got to give my true opinion here. In the first set of missions, the first reward tank after doing the whole first set, you got that Stug, which is basically just a Stug, a worse Stug, right? So it was no big deal. But this thing, it's quirky. You don't. It's not a worse something. It's different. So it's kind of cool. No one's going to have this. It's not the typical British assault tank, you know, really slow and heavily armored. It's really fast and lightly armored. But it's got that little fast shooting, accurate British style gun. Like, let's see if we can get a shot here. I'm bottom tier, but I'm not going to sit back and camp. I'm assaulting. I'm British and I look important. Look, I'm just... Oh, there's a tree down. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Let's try and track him. Track him. Track him. There you go. All right, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Hoo-ha! Now I'm driving a bus, baby! Look at the turret. You can turn the gun like 90 degrees to the left, 90 degrees to the right. It's kind of cool. I played 4 or 5 games in this thing, and it's actually kind of fun because I hated those slow British tank destroyers. You know, the ones with a lot of armor and. But so here's the trade-off. The regular tech tree you've got. Oh, here comes the Cromwell. Let's punish him. Time to be punished. Oh, he's coming. Guys, help! Hey, I'm bottom tier and I'm the only guy here. Hey, guys, SOS! Oh, these teams. Okay, it's like the regular assault line in the AT line in the British tank line is slow but heavily armored, and I found that it was slow and heavily armored, but everyone penned me anyway because they just shot premium ammo at me. So why not give up the slowness and give up the armor and at least have some speed? And oh, come on, team, help! Yeah, thank you. All right, target lost. I'm doing pretty good. Well, the no bullshit gameplay, right? I'm not cherry picking. This is just this is what you're gonna expect. This, you know. Bottom tier sometimes, top tier sometimes. Let's look at the gun. How does the gun work? It aims fast and it's fairly accurate. Watch, see, I missed that shot because I'm a muppet. But let's aim. Let's try and aim. Come on. No, aim. When you aim like this, you see, you typically hit. And watch this, the reload fast. A very small aiming circle. It's pretty good, you know. And I've got no premium ammo loaded because if I'm going to play these community contributor test accounts and roll out in a tank that nobody knows, I'm not going to seal club them and spam APCR at them. So I'm just playing with no premium. I got some HE loaded, but that's it. But the tank is fully decked out with a crew with everything, and I'm running food. So this is probably as good as it gets. So look at this thing. It's kind of fast. It's weird, right? It's not what you expect from a British tank. And it's kind of refreshing because, like I said, those slow ones just drove me nuts. And so what you do is you give away all the armor and the slowness, and you trade it in for no armor and speed, and you've got a pretty, you know, punchy little gun for tier 6. So the speed allows you to move around the map quickly, which I prefer to sitting at a corner because I'm so slow. You see, I can flank now. I can move around. Like a medium tank, and I don't have a turret, but I almost do have a turret because this turret traverse is good. It's a quirky little tank. It's not like anything in the tech tree, so you could do stuff like this, right? You can drive around. Look at this. There's a there's a KV2. I don't want to mess with him. Let's get out of here. See, I can use my speed to get out of the way. You see that? See, Unicom type gameplay there. I'm just gonna flank around this guy and let him have it. Here, well, yeah, we're stuck here. I guess when you give up all the armor, you do tend to. Where SPG shot me there and he's invisible. Oh no! Yeah, this vehicle's. I guess it doesn't really have a lot of armor. Fragile is one word I would use to describe it. Fragility is its weakness. Let's have a quick look here, guys. These are the stats. Just a quick rundown. Basically, this thing is the gun. Rate of fire and the aim time here. Really good. Fast, punchy little gun, right? Look at that aim time. Fantastic. You know, very accurate, but no armor. Look at the armor. None. You know, 50 millimeters, big deal. But fantastic camo. And with this crew that I have, look at the crew. There's not many of them, but on this test account, look, I mean, have a look at this. Look, my crew, they have all the skills, okay? All of them. So what does that translate to into stats? the important ones for this tank, concealment. It's huge. It's almost 50% when stationary. It's pretty good even when you're shooting. And with the binocs and the camo net, really good view range. So basically, this thing, you have to play like a camping pussy in order to do well, I think. That's my 2 bits, is you're used to the British assault TDs. Well, this is a British camp like a pussy TD. But it's quite fun, and if you get into situations where and it's low tier, guys, so I'm not being too serious about all this, because you're going to get in some games where you're playing against tier 5s and 4s and 6s, and you're going to get in a perfect stealthy spot where and then some guy's going to YOLO in, the 3 or 4 guys in tier 4 or 5 are going to drive around like lunatic, and you'll get spotted, and it doesn't really matter because it's low tier. But you can put your British TD crew in this if you, let's say, have a tier 10 TD and you've got a crew with a lot of skills, and go down and play this at tier 6. And this is, I think, how you have to play it. Number 1, avoid KV2s. We've learned that so far. Number 2, don't rush ahead at the beginning of the game, because even the lowest tier can pen you easily. But if you get in a situation like this, and I've only played 3 or 4 or 5 games in this thing, and this is on the reworked Pilsen map, and they've provided a nice little bush here where I can sit and have some cover, pull back here. Now look, see, I can peer around the corners here with this little turret, and I can take shots like this. The gun, it's the typical British gun. It's kind of cool. So let's watch this game. It's quick. And I'll give you my 2 bits on this new reward, all the new reward tanks, because I'm going to do a video on all 3 of them. Today is this one, tomorrow's the next British one, and then the Russian one, the tier 10 one. All you have to do basically is play the game. There's some things that I like. It's basically all you have to do is play the game. Because in the first set of missions, I got stuck for about 8 months on one mission that was in a light tank, detect and damage 3 SPGs in one game. Now, that was one of the missions. That's fine. But I played like 1,000 games, and 900 of those games didn't have 3 SPGs in them. And then the 100 games that did have 3 SPGs in them, well, you know how that goes, right? Sometimes someone else spots one of them before you do. Okay, it didn't. Or you spot them and you rush in and you damage 1 or 2, and then you get killed. And to get that mission just drove me nuts. Look at this gun. Look at this gun. This is a nice gun for tier 6. This is a really nice gun. Look. Oh, that guy would have been dead anyway. So you don't have to. In the first set of missions, it was almost like nothing happens for hundreds of games. Then boom, you complete the mission. Oh, I got, and you could move on, right? With this new set of missions, it's more like you pick a certain nation and you start playing those tanks. And as you play, like one of the missions maybe get this much. I don't know what the missions are, but you have to accumulate them through a series of games. So as you play, you progress, right? Oh, look at that. The first time I got spotted in the game, and boom, 220 damage. See, so I think with this thing, this is going to be one of those camp like a pussy at the back, don't get spotted tanks. You know, you've traded in the armor, but you've got mobility. You get spotted, you can relocate. And at the end of the game, you can move around, and you can try and do the mop-up damage. So I think it's going to be kind of fun. And that's the second thing I like, is that it's not just a clone of another British tank, but worse. It's something completely new. Look, it looks pretty important, right? And it's premium, so you can put any crew in it that of the same nation, same tank class. But although it's premium, it does not have the credit multiplier. I'm not sure, but just looking at the stats from the games I've played, it doesn't make a lot of credits. I think it's... I'm not sure, but it feels like a regular tank. It's premium in that you can move crews in and out of it, but not premium in credit earning is what I think, but I'm not sure about that. And this game, I'm playing it like if this is what you like, finding a stealthy spot, providing support fire for your team, and letting everyone else move around and spot and drive around. If you want to be the guy that's doing what I'm doing right here, then you're gonna like this thing, right? If you're into the medium tank gameplay or heavy tank moving up and battling it out, well then you might not like it. But hey, it's free. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to. All you got to do is play. And what's wrong with that? And I get to play it without earning it. Because full disclosure on the No Bullshit channel here, I haven't completed any of the missions yet. But I'm lucky enough to have this account here, the NACC Test 5. And I decided to take the reward tanks out for a spin. See, now it's near the end of the game. It's thinned out, so I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna start driving a bus. You want community contribution? I'm gonna contribute now, guys. How's this? Here we go. I'm moving in, and this looks like there's a little bit of mop-up damage out there. Free for the taking. Here I go. This thing's pretty fast. What am I doing? Almost 50. I'm spotted? Who the hell spotted me? Over there? Is it? No, there. Oh, that little guy was in those. See, he was in the bushes on the other side the whole time. Now watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Watch this. This is hilarious. Watch. I can back up. I have a turret. Did you know that I have a turret? Yeah, I have a turret. Hello. Well, maybe he hasn't seen this tank before, right? Does that make me a Unicom? He's probably thinking, hey, he doesn't have a turret. He can't shoot me. Well, you could spin this little turret around left and right. It does look like a turtle. Turn on the missions. The other thing is, I think you can do this second campaign concurrent with the first, which, well, let's ram this Russian prick. Here, come on, take that. Yeah, here we go. Hoo-ha! Now I'm driving a bus. Okay, let's look at the post-game stats. Watch. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Ace Tanker! I'm a Unicom! With my 13 skill crew. Right, in a tank that probably no one's fought. But I didn't spam any APCR. And here you go. Look, I spent 20,000 on food and made 8,000 profit. Look at this crew. Eat your heart out. So what do I think of this thing? Hey, it's a reward tank that you get just for playing. It's kind of quirky. When you get tired of getting trolled in tier 9 and 10 and 8 and those stressful games, you can come down to tier 6 and just drive around and have some fun. Why not? Why not have some fun? Why not have some fun in this game? Can't we have just a little bit of fun? I'm a community contributor now. How's that for a contribution? Huh? Oh, and remember, try and avoid KV2s. That is a very important point. It's not a Russian tank. It certainly is not Russian. There is that.